Today, I'm gonna show you how I've perfected my chicken to the T. So I've been experimenting with like different chicken styles because I like chicken and I like eating protein in it, but I also like for it to taste good and have good texture to last a couple of days. So I'm gonna show you exactly what I've been doing and exactly how I've been seasoning it. That's my grill in the background. Exactly how I've been seasoning it so it can actually taste good over time. So I have here a lean grill machine. Looks like this on top, lean, mean, fat grilling machine. It's really convenient because I can toss a lot of chicken on here at once, but I'm also gonna show you how I cook it on the pan. I used to do it on the pan a lot, but the pan obviously is small, so it's gonna take a longer time to cook the chicken. I prefer the griller method because it's faster. All right, so I got my chicken breast in here. My chicken's been thawing for quite a while. I let the chicken come to room temperature. That way when it cooks evenly and it cooks faster that way. When it's cold, you have to think the outside texture of it is gonna warm up faster than the inside. So it's not gonna cook all the way through as quick as it can. And what happens is the outside gets dry before the inside gets cooked. So the inside stays kind of juicy, but the outside is drier and it makes it not good after the first day of cooking it. So in order to make it last, make sure your chicken is at room temperature after thawing out, and then go ahead and start preparing it. So we got our seasonings here, and this is just what I've been using in order from left to right. I'll layer them on just like this. No particular reason, that's just what I do. If you do something different, great. This is just how I cook my chicken. It tastes pretty good. I prefer to eat my chicken over something bad on any day, honestly. All right, we got the chicken laid out. Now, one thing that I do with my chicken breast is I try to make them as close to the same size as possible, so my serving size are around the same. I'm not gonna weigh my chicken because obviously this is a lot of protein. When I cook it, it's gonna be about the size of the palm of my hand, okay? This is about how much protein you'll wanna put in a serving. So if you see the palm of my hand and see the chicken, they're just about the same size. I'm not trying to put my hand all over the chicken right now. And what we're gonna next is go ahead and put the seasonings on. Now this is just me, I'm a super efficient cooker. So I literally take the seasoning tops off and line them up on each other. So when I finish seasoning with that seasoning, I can easily put them back on and toss it onto the grill and toss these back into the cabinet. I just don't like to take a lot of time when I cook. So this is what I do to be very thorough and efficient when I'm doing my cooking, okay? Now, another thing you'll notice is most of the chicken breasts are about the same thickness going across. Now, if they weren't, I'll literally take my fist after I wash my hands. I'll literally take my fist and I'll beat down the chicken. So like this one's kind of high, but I'm gonna leave it because I don't really care. I'll beat down the chicken to make sure they're evenly spaced out, because the same thing I said at the beginning, you want your chicken to be not only room temperature so it cooks evenly, but you want it to be the same level. Because if this chicken right here is thicker than this piece here, this is gonna cook through slower than this piece will. It sounds like obvious, but these are the things that we don't think about. And this is why this piece might be juicier because it cooked a little bit longer, and this one will be drier because it cooked in a shorter time, but it was still cooking while this one was cooking on the pan. See what I'm saying? So make sure that your chicken has an even thickness around it. You can get a beater sometime. If you don't want to get your hands dirty, you can layer this with ceramic or foil, and you can beat it that way so your hands don't get all dirty. But hey, we're cooking, you're gonna get a little dirty. It's okay. All right, now that that's done, I actually ended up beating that one down a little bit because I did notice that was kind of thick, but they're basically evenly spaced out. I'm gonna show y'all literally how I layer my seasonings on. Now, personally, this is just what I feel like. You can't put enough onion powder on your seasoning, okay? The onion really does help to bring out that flavor. So when you season with onion powder, if you're not allergic, you'll notice that you can actually start to smell the chicken a lot more. Onion is a very, very powerful seasoning. And the same thing with garlic. Put my garlic on next. I don't use a particular brand, I just use one I can afford, okay? And I get a big enough serving so I can use it over time. And I put a almost generous amount of onion powder and garlic powder on here. Now, when I get to my more sodium-based, heavier seasoning, so Old Bay, I've been checking this one out for my chicken seasoning. It has a nice little kick to the seasoning. I like it. This one I started putting on light. I don't use salt when I season, but some of the seasonings I do use have some sodium in them, but I just try and keep it kind of low. So I'm just gonna kind of dab this on here. Not a lot, just a little bit. It's a nice little sprinkle. So this isn't a generous amount. It's just, hey, enough to where you can kind of see it on there. All right, once I put those 2 layers on, same thing with my black pepper. I'm gonna take my black pepper over it and put it on here. Now, somebody told me black pepper kind of masks the garlic and onion powder if you, just in case you use too much. I don't know how true that is, but I mean, the chicken tastes pretty good, so we're gonna go with it. And then we have the all-purpose Goya adobo brand. I think it's the Goya brand, one of those. But we use all-purpose seasoning, and same thing with this one. It has a lot of sodium in it. Can you see that? Yeah, it has a lot of sodium in it, so I don't use a lot, but I do want some flavor. So we're gonna do a nice, really light layer on here, so it's barely any on there. Okay, but you're gonna be able to definitely taste that salt in there. And the last thing we do, because everybody does it, you gotta garnish. Now, of course, these aren't super fresh herbs, but hey, fresh herbs cost a lot of money. We ain't trying to break the bank over here. We're just trying to eat some good chicken that's gonna last us throughout the week, and that's all. All right, so that first side has been nice and seasoned. That probably took all of like 2 minutes. We're gonna go ahead and flip over to the other side and get ready to grill. All right, it's been literally like, I think 5 minutes. The chicken has been seasoned. Something people always tell me is, oh, I don't have time to meal prep. I'm so busy with work. Look, I get up at 4 o'clock in the morning every single day. I get back home at like 9 p.m. I have 2 kids, got a lot of stuff going on, okay? Ain't nobody trying to cook all night long. We're trying to chill, we're trying to relax. So if you're looking for efficient cooking that actually tastes good, then when I put out these cooking videos, I need you to watch them. So the chicken is seasoned now. And one thing that I've been doing, let me turn the camera around. One thing I do in the meantime, the grill is already plugged in. This thing is already hot. And then same thing with the stove here. This one, it was getting a little too hot, so I just cut it off. But these are already warm. So as soon as I put this chicken on, it's getting ready to start cooking. Now with the lean grill machine, I've been timing this to kind of see what texture. Anything over 10 minutes is gonna be dry chicken, okay? 8 to 9 minutes is basically about all you need on the lean grill machine. Now, the pan you can kind of monitor a little differently because you can control the heat too. But I'll put this one on about probably like a medium heat. We all have different calibrations with our ovens, I'm pretty sure. So I'll probably put this on like a 5 or something. And I just watch the chicken from there and see how fast it's cooking through before I put it on. Now I'm gonna use some olive oil spray. I'm not gonna use a whole lot. So I just got regular Pam, extra virgin olive oil spray. All right, I'm just gonna spray just a little bit. That's about all I need right there. And the same thing with the grill machine. Go over here, spray the bottom real quick, get the top part right. All right, and then we're ready to put this chicken on. Now this is gonna start heating up, so let me go ahead and get this chicken on here. You hear that? Let's get that thing ready, man. I'm probably using this tonight. And just look at how it's laying down right there. It's laying down nice and evenly. You can see these are just about all the same size on this grill. I don't know what happened to this chicken. Got a little hole in the middle, but that's okay too. Now this is a thicker piece. I'm gonna put this one in the pan. I want that one cooked the right way. Alright, these all over here though. These are about the same size, so we'll go ahead and toss the rest of these on here. Make a little space. The last little piece sitting on the puzzle. And brown out there. Alright, we're ready to grill. I'm gonna fold this lid. We're gonna set the timer for 8 minutes. And we'll be right back. Check on this chicken. In the meantime, we're gonna check the chicken on the pan over here to see how that's going through. Now look, another thing I do, it sounds crazy, but people don't do this. Clean while you cook up. The seasonings are done being used. The chicken has been thawed out, and the board I used to season on is also done. So I'm gonna go ahead and clean all this stuff off. I'm gonna put my seasonings up. I ain't gotta season nothing. I don't need the board anymore. I don't need the bowl that I season the chicken in. Okay? Save you some time in the kitchen. Don't wait until it's done being cooked and then you want to clean it. No, get that stuff done right now. Save you some time in the kitchen and you'll be all the way done by the time your chicken is done cooking. So as you notice right here on the side, it's starting to get a little white on there. See that? And it's getting a nice little sear underneath. When I get about right here, I want to go ahead and flip that over. I'm just going to use a fork on the edge so I don't poke too many holes on it. Turn to the other side. Now what I also like to do, just to make sure it roasts kind of slowly, is if it's cooking too fast. So like right here, this is actually the perfect sear. I don't normally get this perfect sear here. But if you don't have this perfect sear, all you gotta do is turn your heat down a little bit, okay? I'm gonna let this side over here kind of slow cook, maybe for like 4 more minutes. When you check your chicken, don't check it while it's cooking. This is a common mistake that people make, and even a mistake that I used to make was I'm gonna take a knife, I'm gonna cut through the chicken to kind of see if it's done. No, let the chicken sit on here and do its job. And then even when you take it off, you still don't want to check it. Now you probably maybe can't see, but look at that. That chicken is still nice and soft. Look at the outside skin right there. It's a nice even sear on there. Okay, I'm not poking holes. I'm just kind of trying to push and show you what kind of cushion this chicken has. Okay, this is gonna be a juicy piece of chicken right here. Look at that white on the. You can also see on the side how well your chicken is cooking when you see this white right here. Okay, so this side might not even take that much longer. I'll probably give it about 2, maybe 3 minutes. The heat that's already inside the chicken from being in this pan is gonna continue to cook the chicken for a couple minutes after I take it off. So even after I take it off, I'm gonna let it rest, finish cooking inside, and then I'm gonna cut into it and check that texture out. All right, I feel like this might have been on long enough. Let's check, see how it's doing. All right, it has a pretty nice sear on it. That's looking pretty good. Ain't been too long. The bottom's looking okay-ish. We can probably get a little more time, maybe like 1 more minute on here. The bottom isn't super charred up just yet. I'm gonna give it like 1 more minute and we're gonna take this bad boy off. All right, y'all, so our chicken is done. This is the underside right here. This is the top side. Had a little more sear than the bottom, but that's okay. Still has a nice little texture to it. And look at that pan sear, man. Look at that. That is that. Look at this. You see that squish? That is a restaurant style squish right there. Okay, this has a juicy texture to it. And I already cut into it, you know, I'm about to grow up for real. So if you're having trouble cooking chicken and making it taste good, check out the video. I'm gonna put a description below on how to prepare this step by step. And man, man, you can hire me, man. Man, tell Chef Renzi I said what's up, man. This shit is good, man. Make sure you subscribe, like the video, comment if you got any questions, comment if you want me to show you something I might prepare next that you might be interested in learn how to cook. Man, get out there and be healthy.